Good evening and welcome to the May edition of On Cable Tonight with the Women's Foundation for Greater Memphis. My name is Shante Avant and I am the Deputy Director at the Women's Foundation, where our mission is to encourage philanthropy and foster leadership among women and support programs that help women and children reach their economic self-sufficiency. Since 1996, we have invested $13.7 million into this community. $6.6 million has been invested in our core grant making, and $7.7 million has been invested in our special initiatives. We support programs that help women achieve economic self-sufficiency, and we have the pleasure of speaking to one of those programs tonight, and I'm excited about it. It's one of my favorite programs, and I'm not really supposed to say that, but it really is. As a part of our mission in supporting these programs, for 2012 and 13, we actually supported 33 local programs at an amount of $630,000. And it's because of the investment of people like you in this community that we're able to do the great work that we're able to do. One of the great things about working with the Women's Foundation is that you get to see those things come to life. And so if you want to know more about the Women's Foundation, please don't hesitate to visit our website or visit us on Facebook and like our page, or visit us on. Tonight I'd like to introduce two of our very special guests. Tonight I'm going to have with me Dr. Stephanie Ivey, who is an Associate Professor of Civil Engineering at the University of Memphis, and Patrice Thomas, who is the lead mentor of the Girls Experiencing Engineering program. Welcome, ladies.
Welcome, thank you.
I'm so glad to have you guys here with me tonight.
Well, we're glad to be here.
Well, it's, as I mentioned, and I'm not supposed to say this, but it really is one of my favorite programs that we support. And we've been funding you for the last 10 years. Is that correct, Stephanie?
That's correct. This summer's 2013 program will be our 10th edition of Girls Experiencing Engineering.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Girls Experiencing Engineering, because we've been supporting this program, as we said, for the last 10 years. It's a program that takes place on our premier educational institution here in the city of Memphis, the University of Memphis campus. And I know it's been a brainchild of you and Dr. Palazzola to really create a program that exposes both middle school and high school girls to STEM programs, science, technology, engineering, and math, but I'm not the expert in that. So I'd just like for you to tell us a little bit about the Girls Experiencing Engineering program and what the focus is.
Okay. Our Girls Experiencing Engineering program is primarily oriented around students. We bring in both middle and high school girls each summer. Typically, we have anywhere between 120 and 180 girls come through each summer. And we also have a component of the program that's focused on teachers, because we believe the best way to get the message out about the exciting careers available through STEM fields is through working with teachers so that they can go back to their classrooms and get their students excited about these professions. And then the girls that are in the program experience not only exciting hands-on activities that get them interested in engineering and help them understand what engineers do on a daily basis, but they meet lots of great role models like Patrice, who work with them throughout the week, and then really throughout the year as they follow up with newsletters and other events that we have at the university.
So the girls participate in the program for 1 week. And are there, about how many girls are in each session for those weeks?
Each summer we do multiple sessions for high school girls. We do a single program week for middle school girls. Okay. So the way the program is structured is, in middle school we'd like the girls to come into our general engineering session, which is a week long, and we want them to learn about a variety of engineering fields. Once they enter high school, we still have a general engineering session to introduce girls that may not have come through our middle school program, or just to give the girls from middle school an even broader background regarding the different engineering professions. But then we also have what we call our focus sessions, and these are where we're specific engineering disciplines to showcase exciting things that are going on, for instance, in civil engineering or transportation engineering, biomedical engineering, just to name a few that we've showcased in the past.
So what would a typical day in one of the sessions look like for the girls that are participating, either at a middle school or high school level?
The girls will come in the morning, and we start them off with some sort of brainstorming activity to help them wake up, because it does start at 8 o'clock every morning, and I know in the summer that comes around pretty early. So they start off with that, and then we move right into whatever our design challenge for the day is. And so all of our program weeks are structured around these daily design activities. So the girls will be given a challenge to design a vehicle that can meet certain demands, or to design a roller coaster. So they have kits that they work with to build these and design something to meet the constraints that we give them. We break that up with speakers. Our speakers come in from a variety of engineering professions. These are women who are role models in our community, and they talk to the girls about why they chose the particular field that they did, tips that they have for what they would do if they were in middle or high school now to better prepare themselves for a major in a STEM profession. And then they talk to them about what they do on a daily basis, what it is that excites them about their job, what makes them want to get up every morning and go out and go to work. So then the final portion of each day is comprised of our daily design challenge competition. So the girls will compete in groups, which is always really exciting for them. They also compete typically against the teacher groups, which is even more fun.
Well, I've been able to experience, or came and viewed, I think, one of the competitions before, and it was really challenging. I was thinking to myself, did they really learn all of this in 1 week's time? And it was really interesting to see how competitive they were against the teachers, and I think a few of the times I've been there, they've beat the teachers.
They usually beat the teachers, if not on their own accord, because Dr. Palazzolo pulls apart something on the teacher's car or roller coaster to make sure that it happens. But yes, they really do learn an amazing amount over the course of the week. A lot of them come in on Monday morning, they're a little bit scared, they're a little unsure. They've never touched any of these materials that we're using. We typically use Connect's kits. And they're kind of like Legos, but a little bit different. And so a lot of the girls have never played with them before.
That was me.
Well, I mean, and I think it's really great for them to have role models in both you, Stephanie, but also having a younger role model in someone like Patrice. And so now, Patrice, you are a lead mentor with the Girls Experiencing Engineering program. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
How long have you been participating with the Girls Experiencing Engineering program?
I first started when I was entering 11th grade, so going into my 11th grade that summer.
And are you currently enrolled at the University of Memphis?
Yes, I'm a senior in civil engineering.
Oh, and just so happens that your mentor, Dr. Stephanie Ivey, is an associate professor in civil engineering. I guess she saw something in you pretty early and decided to make sure that she had some good women coming into this field. So tell me what sparked your interest to participate in the G program?
Honestly, my mom was a school teacher, well, she still is, and she told me about the program, and I was really upset with her because, like Dr. Ivey was saying, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and I mean, who wants to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning? And I was so mad, but I ended up liking it. I loved it. And I've been there ever since.
So you started going into your 11th grade. Now you're a senior at the University of Memphis,
yes.
Majoring in civil engineering. And so tell me a little bit about what your role as a lead mentor entails.
Well, I have interviewed the mentors. I help select them. I come up with the guidelines, the rules, kind of whenever anything goes wrong, I kind of handle certain disciplinary actions. If I can't handle it, then Dr. Ivey. I help out with the groups. What else do I do? So
she
I do
also,
so much.
One of the things that she does that she just started this year that we're so proud of is she's writing a monthly newsletter to the girls to give them tips on how to succeed and prepare even before they get to college.
Yeah, I kind of just think about different tips of what I would have wanted to hear, what my friends should have heard, and so I just dig deep and give advice to the girls. And sometimes I just want it to apply to everybody, so advice that'll apply school, high school, even me, whoever's reading it.
So in deciding on which type of engineering you would be majoring in, how did you make the decision to go into civil engineering?
Honestly, I was torn between biomedical and civil, and going in, I just knew I was going to choose biomed, but the focus session, I didn't really like the activities that we were doing. I like the civil stuff a lot, and so of course Dr. Ivey wanted me to do civil, but I really liked the activities and the stuff that we were doing, and it's like I won't forget like the actual activities that we were doing, because I think last summer I was like, remember when we did this? Let's do that again this year. So
it's amazing to me. I remember meeting Patrice many years ago, and now she's a lead mentor with the GE program, and so it just is a testament to what this program has done over the last 10 years, how it's evolved, because I don't think you even had the mentoring component of the program when you first started, but you've every year added on something to make it more challenging and hopefully involve more girls and teachers. And let's talk a little bit about how the teachers are involved with the program. And so having the teachers come in and they're learning the curriculum as well. Mm-hmm. And what do they do with the curriculum after this 4 weeks or 6 weeks is over?
They come into the program and they compete against the students and pretend just like they're another student group. And the main reason that we decided to do that was the very first year that we ran the program, we had the teachers actually serving as mentors to the different groups. Mm-hmm. And what we noticed was when they went back to their classrooms, they weren't using the activities and the materials that we had developed through the G program. And then we felt like it was really because they weren't comfortable enough in doing it. Mm-hmm. The second year changed to make sure that the teachers actually got the same hands-on experience that the students do. So now they go through the same frustrations, they know the kinds of problems the students are going to run into, mm-hmm. so they really know how to troubleshoot because they've been there. We work with educational consultants who are excellent STEM teachers in the Memphis City and Shelby County school systems. Mm-hmm. They actually develop standards-based lesson plans from all of our activities, so they're tied to the Tennessee State standards, which makes it also easy then for teachers to go back and use it in their classroom. Mm-hmm. And all of the materials that we use during the weeks with the students go back to the schools with the teachers.
That's excellent. So it's a hands-on experience. They're taking all of those things that they have learned and then applying in the classroom, but they've also went through some of the challenges so that when the students come up against some of those obstacles, they're able to really help them work through that.
Absolutely.
That's really good. So would you say that of the students who've come to the GE program over the last few years, how many are returning students to the program?
Usually each summer we have at least 30% repeat participants, which is exactly what we want. Mm-hmm. We want them to come into our middle school program. We want them to come back every summer. Even in middle school, we change the activities every year so they're not doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. We then offer multiple sessions every summer for the high school girls, so there's lots of opportunity for them to continue to learn mm-hmm. and to grow and to be able to make a better and more informed decision about what major they might want to pursue in college.
So not only do you have students like Patrice who've gone on to major in engineering, have some of the students gone on to major in some of the other STEM, like math or
Science and technology. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. One of the things that we really work hard to do is to try to track our participants and where they're going and what they're doing after they leave our program. To date, we know that at least 25% of the girls that we've been able to track who have graduated from high school are in some sort of STEM major in college. And so this is any science, technology, engineering, or math major. And we really promote all of these disciplines throughout our program because engineering may not be the thing that everybody mm-hmm. fits in, but there's something related to a STEM field that will work for them.
Well, I do remember when I came to first visit the STEM program when I started back at the foundation maybe 7 years ago. One of the things that Dr. Palazzola it's this running joke I think he has that most people don't think that engineers look like you guys. I mean, I'm just saying, beautiful women, but your mind is focused on this profession that helps in so many different ways. And I think what was like a light bulb or aha moment for me was that the girls didn't understand this helping profession. They didn't see it that way. You know, you think of more traditional roles that girls may choose to go into, like nursing or teaching, but engineering is also very much a helping profession. And so just if you could tell maybe a few of the jobs that people won't think about, or ways that this engineering is a helping profession. And I think one of them that comes to mind, and maybe you can just expound on it a little bit, was that engineers are the ones that make sure that the bridges that we cross over go over. And so it's like, how do you not have just this very vital piece of like transportation from one city to a next, or from one state to a next? You know, you have to have people who have done their research and make sure that this functions the way that it needs to. But maybe you could talk a little bit about some of the roles in which engineering is really a helping profession, and how girls could see themselves as still being very much part of making the community better.
Definitely. One of the things, really one of the first things we tell them when they walk in the door is you really need to throw away all the preconceived ideas you have about what engineering is or isn't. And the first thing that we talk to them about is, what do they think are some of the characteristics that they would need to have? And they all say, we've got to be good in math and science, which those are true. But you have to be very good at communicating. You have to be very interested in solving problems that help people, because that's what all engineers do, regardless of whether it's civil engineering, biomedical engineering, electrical and computer engineering. All of the engineering professions are focused around helping people and solving problems and trying to make society a better place to live.
That's really great. Well, I know having the components of women who are in the engineering field come out and speak to the girls, you know, and are they all from various disciplines, different roles that they may play in the community?
They are. That Patrice may want to share some experiences with some of the role models maybe that she's met, but that's one of the things that we really try to make sure we do, is we bring in women from a very diverse background, not only in the professions that they're entering, but where they are in the career path, how they got there. We really want the girls to be able to identify with somebody, and they can say, that person's like me, I could do this.
Yeah, that's been one of my favorite aspects. Even now, I listen to the guest speakers, I peek my head in, because it's really cool meeting engineers, and they come talk about the different projects that they're working on in the city. I'm like, ooh, and I just love it. And then also talking to them, asking them questions, and I mean, it's not often that you get that opportunity to really ask them, okay, should I really be doing this, or what are you doing now? And just having somebody that you can just have in your corner, and you can email them when certain things are coming up, or getting advice from them. Or I've been inspired in so many ways. I met this one lady, she had just gotten her doctorate, and then also she went on to get her MD, her medical doctorate. And I was like, oh my goodness, like I would never even think to get a double doctorate. And so just meeting so many women doing so many things in the city, making impact, and just talking to them and having their email address, and just being able to communicate with them throughout the years, I've loved it. That's been one of my favorite aspects of the program.
Well, I know that, you know, as a funder of this program, we're very proud of how much we've seen growth in young women like Patrice, who started out just not even having an interest in engineering, but now she is majoring in engineering and will be graduating. When will you be graduating?
In the spring. In
the spring, which is awesome. I'm very proud of you, and congratulations about that. But I think one of the things that makes us very happy when we think about this program and it comes up for funding each year is really how you've been able to grow the program, but also share information with others about the program. And so I know, Stephanie, that you've been invited to some of the engineering educational conferences to talk about it. Can you tell us a little bit about how the program has expanded since we've started funding 10 years ago?
Yes, absolutely. When we began, it was with a single middle school week, and it's grown now to where we have 4 sessions, and they're all double sessions, so we have 60 students in each week. And we not only have the funding from the Women's Foundation, but we also have a partnership and funding from our Intermodal Freight Transportation Institute at the University of Memphis, which allows us to be able to do our transportation focus session, as well as to increase capacity in our middle school program. The Memphis Bioworks Foundation has funded a biomedical engineering focus session. Awesome. And then our Herf College of Engineering is funding a teacher-only this summer. So they'll actually be a cohort of teachers that are coming in with our high school general engineering students next week. And so there will be a session just for the teachers that will be running right alongside of our students.
Wow. So that, I mean, it just really amazes me how all of these different parts of the program have grown. And so it's not only reaching young women, but it's reaching adult women like Patrice, but also the teachers. So there's this intergenerational piece of how STEM is being exposed to both teachers and young girls, and the thought that we will have more women engineers because of a program like STEM really, like G, really just makes me very happy about how much it has grown. So when you have been invited to share with some of the your colleagues, what is one of the things that you want them to know about why this model has worked well? Well, one of the things we found is really critical is a very strong evaluation component in the program. And so since we began, we've been constantly evaluating the students' responses to the program, what kind of effect we were having both with the students and the teachers, and then figuring out where things worked and where they didn't. So one of the things that we always talk about is what our evaluation model looks like. How do you know which areas you need to shift? And in terms of the growth of the program, that's really been the transformational thing for us, is because we knew what things were working, where we had the opportunity to really capitalize on those strengths, and then what things really didn't work so well and where we needed to make some pretty major changes. That's really allowed us to get to the point that we are today. And it's having that data and being able to explain to people why they should fund it that's really, really beneficial. So I remember at one year that you also did a survey with the parents to find out just their feedback on the program. And also now there's, well, first I should ask, are there any slots left for the summer program that you have coming up?
We actually had a few cancellations this morning because there's a couple of other camps that are running at the same time and people didn't realize they had double booked. So we do have a few spots remaining in our general engineering session for high school girls next week. That's June 3rd through the 7th. We also have a few spots in our high school transportation engineering session, which is the week of June 17th through the 21st.
And so if they would like to sign up for the program, how would they do that?
They would go to our website, which is just www.memphis.edu, and then it's /HERF, H-E-R-F-F, and then /G, G-E-E, and they'll find the contact information and more program information available there.
And is there a fee for the girls to sign up for the program?
There is a $50 registration fee. Scholarships, though, that are available for students with financial need. All they have to do is write a brief essay about why they want to attend.
Okay. So are the girls that attend the program, are they from schools, Memphis City Schools, Shelby County Schools? So it won't matter soon, but are they from different schools throughout the
They
county?
are. We get students in from the city schools, the county schools, the private schools. They're really from all over the place. Typically each summer we have girls in the program from more than 50 schools. So we really have a nice, diverse group of students.
That's great. And so when parents are looking for, a great summer program, obviously I think G would be a perfect fit for them to think about exposing their girls to something that would be both challenging as well as fun. And I can tell that it is very challenging. I've seen some of those competitions. They seem very challenging. But it also, I think for our community, it's really great for us to hold the G program up as a model that other universities could look on in trying to expose young girls to STEM, different STEM disciplines, but really understanding what it takes in order for them to be successful. And maybe, Patrice, you could tell me, what do you think are maybe 2 things that have helped you to be successful, maybe that you learned from the G program? Because I'm sure engineering is not a very easy major to be successful in. I can't imagine myself doing that, but maybe learning from the G program, 2 things that have helped you as you've gone through your collegiate experience.
Okay, that's very true, because going in, I thought I had to make all A's in science and math, and for me, that's not really true. It's more so, to be successful, you have to get with the group and study the group. And as long as you have your group that you can study with, whatever you don't know, they'll help you. And then also, you have to know what's best for you and don't go with the pack. If you know somebody that's taking 17 hours and you know you can only take 12, take 12. So do what's best for you, and then group up, link up with people, and yeah, I think they'll be successful if they do that. Well, link up with the right people.
The right people,
Right.
That's very important. I think that's a key word. Well, and I know that you have been happy to have a mentor, Dr. Stephanie Ivey, and she raves about you all the time, about how successful you've been in the program. And I think it's important for people to know that girls could be successful in science, math, technology, and science. Did I miss one? Engineering. I missed engineering, that they can be successful in those disciplines, but also to really think about how they use what they learn in your program, going on to major in one of the STEM fields, but what kind of career options are available for them. And I think for us, it was really understanding that there were so many girls who didn't see this as an option for them. You know, they didn't see science, technology, math, or engineering as an option for them, but it really is a viable option, and we need more women in this field. And I'm really excited, Stephanie, that you said you were going to be getting funding that will expand and allow young African American boys, minority boys are another area that needs growth in this field of engineering. So that's really exciting. And I'm glad that we've had other folks to step up and fund this in a way that's really important.
Well, we're very thankful for the funding from the Women's Foundation, because that's where it all started. If we didn't have that, we wouldn't have had all of the other.
I'm glad to see that. Women leading the charge.
Absolutely.
That's what we needed. Now, if we can just get others to really understand the importance of how this field, science, technology, and that it keeps expanding. When
Right.
you talked about the biomedical week now, I said, wow, it keeps expanding the opportunities for girls, and as our world changes, you know, we have to be able to change with it. So I'm really excited about that. We're really happy that you guys have been able to talk to us today about the Girls Experiencing Engineering program. And let's tell them again how they can find out about if they'd like to sign up for that.
Sure. Thank you again for having us here. And our website is www.memphis.edu/HERF/G.
Patrice, are there any parting words that you'd like to say for any of our future engineers that might be coming along?
I always try to just do your best in everything that you do. Strive for excellence.
Well, we know that you guys have been doing that. Girls Experiencing Engineering program. We're very proud of you. Thank you, Stephanie, for all that you've done to expand this program. Thank you to Dr. Palazzola for this being, you know, you guys' brainchild about how girls could really get in, apply these, you know, lessons, and then go on, and they're going to be making the world a better place. So
Yes.
I'm very excited about that.
And thank you for supporting us.
Oh, we're happy to. It's one of our favorite programs. Well, and I'm really grateful that having programs like G really helps the Women's Foundation. It helps us to tout our mission even more. It's leadership opportunities for women. It's making the world a better place, and we couldn't do that without the support and help from so many of our donors and funders and people who invest in this community and see the value of helping women become economically self-sufficient. I want to tell people that there's a way that you can come and learn more about what we're doing at the Women's Foundation. Our next our annual meeting that will be held on Thursday, June 20th from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. It will be at the Holiday Inn, University of Memphis, in the Central Ballroom. We will be giving our report card to the community about how their investment has been to work this year, like funding programs like the Girls Experiencing Engineering. And so we invite people to come out and share and learn more about what we're doing at the Women's Foundation. But we're more than thankful for all that people are doing. And if you're interested in how you can help support programs like G, we also have the Hyde Family Foundation $50,000 challenge grant. And your gift will have twice the impact. We are matching donations dollar for dollar. And so people have an opportunity to support programs like G and some of the other programs that we support in our community that are helping women become economically self-sufficient. People can learn more about us on our website. Thank you for joining us tonight. Ladies ladies, for being here.
Thank you for having us.
It's been great. Great. We just kind of keep talking and then